Huh. You're still alive. LOL. What do you want? Just saw you by chance. But you remarried and had a kid. Looks like a lemon. That's none of your business. I couldn't bear those words. Glancing at my son, he looked apologetic even though he did nothing wrong. Raising a kid who can't walk, that must be tough for you, LOL. The man who appeared during a walk with my son was Luke, my ex-husband who left me 8 years ago. I had remarried, and the son born to us has mobility issues from birth, forcing him into a wheelchair life. I don't want to see your face, can you just go away? Then, Luke laughed mockingly. Come on. Don't say that. It's a reunion after all, LOL. Then, my current husband, Anthony, called out from behind. Is something wrong? Seeing his face, Luke's face went pale, and he started to tremble. I am Lucy, married to Luke when we were both 24. I'm a high school graduate and got a job at a small local renovation company. On the other hand, Luke, a college graduate, worked at a well-known company. I never thought we would have any connection, but we met at a party. Can we talk for a bit? Me. Yes. Is that okay? No. I mean, it's fine. The company I worked for was a subcontractor to the company Luke worked for. I was able to attend the party as a stand-in because the president had an urgent matter. At that time, Luke looked handsome and popular. I thought he must be mistaken about something. I'm just a stand-in here. I see. But that doesn't matter to me. What? Sorry. Actually, it's love at first sight. I was so surprised I couldn't speak. I had never been told such a thing in my life. Then, a man called out from behind. Anthony. You seem troubled. No, it's... Sorry about my subordinate. He's excellent, but a bit pushy, LOL. That's not true. Well, keep it low-key. With that, Anthony left. I couldn't have imagined that this meeting would lead to such events. Bottom, I'm serious. Could I have your contact? No. Yes. I gave him my contact without hesitation. Strangely, I didn't feel bad about it. Luke and I quickly grew closer after our first meeting. Maybe I was a bit over the moon. Exactly 2 months after we met, I want you to be my girlfriend. I'm happy, but I was conscious of our educational differences, wondering if we were really matched, but Luke didn't care about such things. And so, we started dating, and a year later, at the age of 24, we got married. Let's move somewhere new. Or, maybe building a house would be nice. Isn't it too soon for a house? Maybe you're right. If you say so, I guess I can wait. LOL. Once you're married, you start to see things you didn't notice while dating. The first thing I noticed was our different attitudes towards money. Luke was outstanding at his job, earning significantly more than his peers. Meanwhile, I, with only a high school diploma, had worked for nearly 8 years to earn about the same as a fresh college graduate. Haven't you been spending too much money lately? What are you talking about? LOL. Money is meant to be spent. Well, that's what they say, but don't worry about it. Half a year into our marriage, Luke would laugh off such concerns, but eventually, he started bringing up salary and educational differences, and he started looking down on me. Don't you always wear the same clothes? That's not true. The one I'm wearing now is just a different color. What? A different color? At least wear better clothes. You're making me look bad. I'm just trying not to waste money. Then Luke sighed heavily. That's exactly the problem. Maybe it's because you only finished high school. That has nothing to do with it. No, it does. High school grads earn less. LOL. What the heck? I'm a rising star in the company. Having a wife like this is troubling. Luke started to flaunt his excellence. There's no doubt he is talented. However, his mental age couldn't keep up with his abilities. His harsh words towards me only escalated. Having a wife like this would be not good for any kids we might have. What are you saying? That means if we had kids, half of their DNA would be from you. So, you don't want kids with me? Yeah, that's about right. I couldn't even bring myself to argue. Actually, I started to feel I didn't want children with Luke either. We became like strangers living under the same roof. He negated everything I did but would get angry if I criticized anything he did. Luke started coming home late, claiming he had to work overtime. There's something important I need to talk about. He looked unusually serious when he came home from work. I braced myself. I found someone better than you. Let's get a divorce. What? Does that mean you cheated? Yay. I guess so. What's that supposed to mean? Clearly, you're not the right fit for me. Of course, I'll pay alimony. You want the money, don't you? LOL. He never stopped mocking me. Realizing I was married to such a man made me feel pathetic. Fine. Let's divorce. Really? He gave me the biggest smile like I had never seen. I had never felt so disgusted by someone. 3 weeks after he brought up divorce, it was finalized, and the alimony was paid without issue. What should I do now? Feeling uncomfortable even though we weren't at the same company but still business partners, I thought about quitting my job. That's when I ran into someone again. He noticed something was off and approached me. I told him about my divorce and what my marriage had been like. As he listened intently, tears naturally started to flow. It must have been hard. It's okay. Those words were enough. For some reason, I felt that I could start over with this person. And so, I remarried. Abroad. Yay. More like a promotion than a transfer. I don't think we'll be able to return to the US for a few years. But I had no doubts. I've always wanted to live abroad. Thank you. And with that, I left the US. I figured it would be easier to be in a country I've never been to than to stay in the US and be reminded of Luke. That assumption was correct, and I adapted to life abroad, eventually giving birth to a son. No way. My son was born with a condition that would likely require him to use a wheelchair as he grew. It's okay. I'm here for you. Let's get through this together. Yay. Despite my worries, my son grew up healthy and strong. Then, when my husband's assignment ended, we returned to the US. By then, I had completely forgotten about Luke. A week after returning to the US, the weather's nice today. How about we go for a walk? Sure. I know you need a break. What are you talking about? You're a kid, you don't need to hold back. But, besides, your dad will be with us today. Really? Yes, that makes me want to go, right? Yay. So, I decided to take my son, who uses a wheelchair, for a walk around the neighborhood. And when we got to the park, we sat on a bench. I'll go buy some drinks. Thanks. Then, we'll wait here. Got it. I'll be right back. Alone with my son, we watched other children play in the park. I wish I could run around like that. Seeing my son mutter those words, I felt a wave of helplessness wash over me. If only I could have given birth to you in perfect health. Despite trying not to dwell on it, I couldn't help but be reminded every time I saw his face like that. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine. Then, with a smile, my son said, I'll definitely be able to walk. That would make things easier for both you and Dad, right? Yes, it would. I need to stay strong. What am I doing feeling weak? With renewed resolve, I continued chatting with my son. Then someone approached. I could never forget that face. The hatred I felt for him had not faded. Still kicking, I see. LOL. What do you want? The man who appeared before me was Luke, my ex-husband who left me 8 years ago. Just happened to see you. But, remarried and had a kid. Looks like a lemon. LOL. That's none of your business. I couldn't stand his words. Glancing at my son, who did nothing wrong but looked apologetic. Raising a kid who can't walk must be tough for you. LOL. I don't want to see your face. Can you just go away? Then, my ex-husband laughed mockingly. Come on. Don't be like that. It's a reunion after all. LOL. Reunion. Don't joke around. Why are you even here? Want to know? Actually, I'm getting married again. What? Someone much better than you. LOL. As always, he had a knack for irritating someone. What happened to the previous woman? Oh, ditched her. Just like you, she was not a match for me. You're just going to abandon her again, aren't you? No, not this time. Because she's a CEO's daughter, unlike you. CEO's daughter? You, of all people. And to think, a divorced man like you managed to. Yay. Made it look like she cheated, meaning me. He was the one who cheated, yet he's truly despicable. Then, my current husband approached from behind. Is something wrong? I felt it was bad for Luke and my husband, Anthony, to meet. But then, I saw an opportunity to use this situation to my advantage. Might as well make Luke squirm a bit. Seeing my husband, my ex's face went pale, and he started to tremble. Why are you here? Weren't you abroad? Thought it was someone else, Luke. Actually, I returned to the US a week ago. So, what's the relationship between you and her? Didn't I mention? We're married. What? Luke was frozen, unable to move. When I married my husband, I asked him not to tell Luke to avoid any trouble. Respecting my wishes, my husband only informed a few executives about our marriage and kept it hidden. I never imagined it would help in a situation like this. So, what were you talking about, that was? Hey, stop it. Ignoring him, I continued. He said our son looked like a defective product. What? He said that. No, it's not like that. Luke seemed to be fumbling for an excuse. And he's marrying a CEO's daughter. CEO's daughter? Oh yeah, I heard someone was marrying a client's daughter. Not just that. He said our divorce was because of my affair. Is that true? That would be easy to see through. Must be confused. Luke started spilling things he shouldn't. You're deceived. She's just a high school graduate. Quickly, my husband retorted. You don't understand anything. Education doesn't matter. Even our CEO didn't go to college. That's like criticizing the CEO, you know. No, that's not what I meant. Also, I'm not just a manager anymore. Coming back to the US was kind of like training. I'm an executive director now. What? Well, you wouldn't know. The official announcement hasn't been made yet. Congratulations on that. Well, I'll be leaving now. Luke, sensing it was bad to stay any longer, tried to leave. But he couldn't let him go just like that. Wait a minute. I'll make sure to inform the CEO and the involved party about what Lucy told me. Please wait. Why don't you just admit it? I thought about pressing him further. What are you so afraid of? Losing your current position? What do you know? I might not understand your job. Honestly, I'm not even interested, lol. But one thing I do know. What's that? You're about to see hell, lol. I'm excellent. That won't happen. You're just imagining things. He completely failed to grasp the situation he was in. Every insult he hurled my way only lowered his standing with my husband next to me. You might want to start worrying about your future starting tomorrow, lol. That's right, Luke, you better be prepared. I won't accept this. With that, my ex-husband fled like he was escaping. That just showed what kind of man he truly was. To puff himself up and then run away. Well, let him have his last moment of dignity. Do you think he'll be forced out of the company? In the end, it's up to the CEO, but it's likely. I have more trust in the company than he does, lol. Then, you should go all out. Well, of course. We resumed enjoying our family time, undisturbed by Luke. My son showed his smile again. Then, after we got home, my husband immediately contacted his company. I guess it's what they say, strike while the iron is hot. Sorry, I have to go to the office for a bit. It's okay. Take care. I watched my husband leave and found myself deep in thought. The fact that he called and then headed straight to the company meant it was an issue he wanted to resolve immediately. At this point, Luke was out of options. A few hours later, my husband returned. You're back early. Well, the decision was made quickly. So it means, yay. He's been fired. Seems like the CEO finally made up his mind. Hearing that, I mentally cheered. I can't remember the last time I felt so relieved. I wonder what kind of face he'll make tomorrow. The only regret is that I won't be able to see it. The next day, my husband went to work as usual, and around noon, I received a call from an unknown number. Hello. You really did it this time. You again. Realizing it was Luke, I sighed. Because of you, I've been fired. And my engagement is off. That's your own fault. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Don't mess with me. Say whatever you want. Tommy, you just sound like a loser. Sooner or later, you'll be damned too. Unlike you, that won't happen. Is that all? I'm busy, so goodbye. With that, I hung up. Feeling exhilarated, I laughed off inside my house. This truly means I'm free now. I heard that Luke, having lost everything, moved far away from here. Considering what Luke did to me, he got what he deserved. Since then, our family of 3 has been living peacefully. I'm happier than ever. My son is working hard every day, hoping to walk. I continue to wish for our family's happiness and to live life to the fullest.